Imagine waking up one morning, coffee in hand, scrolling through your phone, and seeing a single headline that stops the entire world cold. NASA confirms, asteroid could hit Earth in 2032. That's not a movie plot. That's not science fiction. That actually happened. And for a brief, terrifying moment in early 2025, scientists worldwide held their breath. Because for the first time in recorded history, NASA had detected a space rock with the highest impact probability ever calculated for an object of its size. Stay with me, because what happened next is even more mind-blowing. It begins in December 2024, late at night, somewhere in Hawaii. The Atlas Telescope System, a planetary defense network funded by NASA, catches something moving across the sky. A rock, hurtling through space. Scientists log it as Asteroid 2024 YR4, a seemingly unremarkable name for what would soon become the most talked-about space rock on the planet. At first, nobody panicked. New asteroids get discovered all the time. Most of them are no threat whatsoever. So analysts fed the data into NASA's orbital tracking software and waited. Then the numbers came back. And what they saw made scientists go silent. NASA calculated that this space rock had a 3.1% chance of hitting Earth in 2032, while the European Space Agency put it at 2.8%. Now I know what you're thinking. 3.1%? That doesn't sound like much. But here's the thing. In the world of planetary defense, that number is absolutely astronomical. That 3.1% chance was the highest ever recorded for any object NASA had ever tracked. Ever. To put that in perspective, you have a better chance of winning certain lottery games than this asteroid has of missing us. Let that sink in. So, worst case scenario, what are we actually dealing with? This asteroid measures somewhere between 40 and 90 meters wide, roughly the size of a large building, and was estimated to be traveling at over 17 kilometers per second at atmospheric entry. If it struck land, it would have released energy equivalent to 7.7 megatons of TNT, approximately 500 times the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. 500 times. One scientist put it bluntly, if you take the large end of its size estimate and it hit a city directly, you're looking at the equivalent of 400 Hiroshimas and Nagasakis detonating at once. We're not talking about the end of all life on Earth, but we are talking about the total obliteration of an entire city. Millions of people. Gone. And where might it hit? Scientists mapped out a terrifying risk corridor, stretching from the eastern Pacific Ocean, slicing through South America, across the Atlantic, through Nigeria, Central Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and ending in India and Bangladesh. Billions of people, in the direct line of fire. Now, scientists don't just measure impact risk in percentages. They use something called the Torino Impact Hazard Scale, a color-coded system ranging from 0 to 10. 0 means no threat. 10 means certain catastrophic collision. The kind that ends civilizations. Asteroid 2024 YR4 briefly reached a level 3 on the Torino scale, only the second time in history any asteroid had ever climbed that high. The ONLY object to ever rank higher was Apophis, a much larger asteroid discovered in 2004 that briefly hit level 4 and sent shockwaves through the scientific community. We've since confirmed Apophis will safely pass Earth in 2029. But for a moment, both of these rocks had humanity on edge. Richard Binzel, the MIT professor who literally invented the Torino scale, described the uncertainty around 2024 YR4's trajectory like a long fettuccine noodle stretched across the moon's orbit. Earth just happens to lay underneath that noodle, he said, and the fraction that the Earth occupies is the probability of impact. Pasta. He compared humanity's potential extinction-level event to pasta. Science is wild. The moment those numbers dropped, the global scientific community mobilized. Observatories around the world locked their telescopes onto 2024 YR4. NASA deployed its most advanced tracking systems. The James Webb Space Telescope was prepared for observation. Every night of new data refined the orbital model. And the numbers began to shift. On February 19, 2025, a waning moon darkened the sky enough for ground-based telescopes to get a clear look. After one night, risk dropped to 1.5%. The following night, 0.28%. Then, one final announcement. NASA officially announced the impact probability had fallen to just 0.004%, effectively ruling out a 2032 collision. The world exhaled. But here's the twist: the story isn't over. While Earth is now safe from a 2032 impact, the Moon might not be. As of recent analysis, Asteroid 2024 YR4 now has approximately a 4% chance of striking the Moon on December 22, 2032. That might sound like a distant problem, but a lunar impact of this scale would be visible from Earth with the naked eye. It would reshape our understanding of planetary defense. And the shockwave of debris? That's a whole other conversation. NASA has confirmed the asteroid is now too far away to observe with current telescopes, and they expect to resume tracking when it swings back into range in 2028. 4 years from now, the watch begins again. Here's the bigger picture. For most of human history, if a rock from space was heading toward us, we wouldn't even know. There was no warning, no plan, no defense. But in 2025, we detected a potential city killer from over 40 million miles away, 7 years before it would arrive. We tracked it. We modeled it. We ruled it out. That is nothing short of extraordinary. 2024 YR4 is a warning shot. A reminder that the cosmos does not care about our borders, our politics, or our plans. Space is not empty, and the universe is not done with us yet. The question is, will we be ready? Because one day, the numbers won't drop to zero. And when that day comes, the only thing standing between humanity and extinction will be the scientists, the telescopes, and the planetary defense systems we choose to fund right now. The asteroid is coming back in 2032. Are we ready?